Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, wave your hand if you can hear me okay. I know, I'm sorry, you guys are on mute. I apologize for that. I'm so used to background. Perfect, okay. We're gonna go ahead and get started. It's 5 after, so I wanted to make sure we got a good meeting this evening. We have some great people joining us, and I think we're gonna have a really good discussion, so I'm excited this evening. So it is now 6:05, and we're gonna call this meeting to order.
Captain Johnson.
Who's on?
Captain Johnson.
Oh, okay, maybe we can introduce him, that'd be awesome. Okay, so is there anyone on the line that would like to open us up in prayer? If you wave your hand or make a motion. Oh, is that Commissioner Kinlock? Would you like to open us up in prayer? Yep, take him off mute.
Well, I was raising my hand for something else, but I guess I'm prepared as always.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw that. Well, why don't you open us up in prayer, and then you can ask your question too if you want.
No problem. Let's bow our heads. Most Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless this meeting, that you bless the communication and the message that come from the leadership that participates in this meeting today. We ask that you protect all the families and all the loved ones of those who are joining us today. We ask, oh Heavenly Father, that you continue to bless this meeting with peace, and that we come with a full understanding of trying to participate in an orderly fashion. We ask that you continue to bless us as we move through the highways and byways upon the adjournment of this meeting. We ask this in your heavenly name, in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I saw that hand up and I said, we're gonna go for it.
No problem.
What, you have a question? What's your question?
No, you asked us to raise our hand if we heard you. And so, yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that.
No problem.
So this evening for roll call, we have myself, Kim Jackson, President of 11th Precinct Police Community Relations Council. My treasurer, Mr. Wire, it is hunting season. So he is out hunting, so he will not be with us this evening. And I do see my Sergeant at Arms, Judith Yalder. She is with us. Good evening, Judith, and thank you so much. We're gonna get right into our police report. Hello, Captain Johnson, I see you're with us. How are you this evening? If you'd like to introduce yourself to the group, because you're new to our team and we would like to know who you are. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. At first it wasn't. You had me on lockdown. Yeah.
No. We tried to get you off.
Thank you for having me. My name is Javon Johnson. I'm the new captain at the 11th Precinct. I'm a servant. I started out at the 10th Precinct many years ago, and I spent quite a bit of time downtown as well. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to help. I'm excited to make the community a better place. I know Commander Slappy very well, and a couple of the supervisors are old enough to know who I am as well. We had a good team, and I've gotten to know a lot of the detectives and the 30 series officers. So I'm confident that we'll be able to continue the good works that are already happening at the 11th Precinct.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and welcome, and thank you for joining us tonight. Do you have a report that you can provide to us, or not this evening?
They did not D-Rob did not tell me I had to have a report today. I should have had something prepared. We did actually have ComStat today. One of the things that I can share with you is that we are starting a new initiative along our 7-mile corridor. I've done a lot of extensive review of our crime mapping, because that's my job, and I truly enjoy it. And despite our efforts, I noticed that a lot of our issues are happening along the 7-mile corridor. So myself, along with Commander Kyra Hope, who's helping me out while Commander Slappy is ill, we've focused on 7 Mile. So we're going to be putting a lot of police resources in that corridor. So that's one of the things that I can share with you right off the bat, which that we are super excited about. Additionally, we have had a lull in gang activity in our area. So, and I think that that's a direct result of our 30 series, our detectives, as well as some of the police department's organized crime gang intel unit that have done some suppression. So those are some of the good things on the police side that are happening in our neighborhood.
Awesome, thank you, appreciate that. Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you came out really good, so thank you. We have a couple of guest speakers tonight with us. What I'm gonna do really quick is I wanna try to at least get them on by at least, I know our state rep, Sheree Tanadar, he does have some updates he would like to provide to us. But before we get to that, I'm gonna skip over our guest speakers for 1 second. I'm gonna do our police report really quick. I just wanna do a reminder, we don't have any meetings in January and February for 2022. We're not gonna do January and February. Second Ebenezer Church, they're doing a drive-through turkey giveaway. They're doing 2,000 turkeys. It's gonna be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You're gonna have to have ID. They're gonna ask you for ID, so have a driver's license, a state ID, have something available. And if you don't know, Second Ebenezer is at 14601 DeQuinder, okay? And then there's also gonna be another one, and that one is, I'm sorry, I didn't give you the date. Second Ebenezer is going to be this Saturday. This is, I thought it was Saturday. Okay, well, we're gonna verify the date. So hold that thought. I thought it was the 13th. It is, it's the 13th. Yeah, okay, so it's the 13th, which is a Saturday. It will be the Saturday, Second Ebenezer Church. The next turkey giveaway, they call it a turkey blessing giveaway. And it's gonna be presented by Commissioner Irma Clark Coleman and Pastor Jay and Melanie Moss. You have to RSVP for that one. And I'm gonna give you the phone number and I'm gonna have them put it in the chat as well. That one is going to be November 23rd. And I'm sorry, I don't know the day of the week for that one. But the phone number to the turkey blessing giveaway is 248-579-2836. And please be mindful, it's all gonna come, first serve. So try to get there early if you can, okay? Also, I wanna give you party store updates. I am so happy. I've been working with Councilman Scott Benson and Terry Catchings and from BC. I mean, it's been great. Everybody on the call has been wonderful and they've been such a big help. So we have 4 of our party stores that are now have their certificate of compliance, and they're all on East 7 Mile. And it was so wonderful because they were all so receptive. And once we told them what the violations were, they were dead spot on them and they got them fixed. So I can't do anything but give kudos to everybody that worked on them. The first one is 1901 East 7 Mile, 805 East 7 Mile, 4041 East 7 Mile, and 4111 East 7 Mile. All of those are now in compliance and they have their certificates. Our next 4 that we're doing our enforcement blitz, we got 540 East State Fair. That's a bottle stop liquor store. We have 17 East 7 Mile, that laundromat. We definitely need to take a look at that laundromat because I think it's something a little different there. 19030 Van Dyke is the Citgo gas station. And then we have 1 East State Fair, and that's a Speedy gas station. Those are our next 4 that we're working on. And my next meeting with BC and the whole gang will be December the 7th. So hopefully by our December meeting, I will be able to give you updates on the next 4 that I just gave you. So I think that's big kudos to them. I've gone past a couple of them and I have noticed that it's like night and day there. I don't see any hanging out like I used to. So I think that's pretty cool. So we're gonna just keep moving forward. We're gonna do 4 at a time until we get everybody in compliance, at least in our 3rd district that we can. If you have any gas stations, party stores, I don't care if they're laundromat, I don't care what they are. If they are in the 3rd district, because now I don't want to just focus on just gas stations. I'm going to focus on anything that is an eyesore. So if you want to say, Kim, I need to, if we can look at this, send me the address and what type of a store, or if it's a laundromat, if it's a gas station, let me know what it is. But we're going to take a look at it. But I want to really work hard to get all of our businesses in District 3 with certificates of compliance that everybody's in order. So please share that with me. Please send me an email and we will go from there. I think I'm pretty good with my announcement. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to our officials, our state reps and our commissioners, just because I have a couple of great people on the line and I want to get to them so we can ask our questions and I get our concerns out. So please bear with me, all my good officials and city councils and all you great guys and gals, we will get to you. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into our guest speakers. Right now I see, and I did tell him that he could get in because I know he has, you know, something to do right after. It will be for State Rep Cherie Tanadar, but I see Dylan. You may be on the line for him. How are you this evening? Over, Dylan. No, over.
Oh,
Yep, right there. Yep.
Great, guys. How are you?
Evening. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Of course. So yeah, Sri does have a second commitment at the moment, so it looks like he may not be able to join us, but I'm able to step in and deliver his remarks if that's something you guys are open to.
Yep, that's fine. You can go ahead. We'll let you have the floor.
Great, I appreciate that. So here in Lansing, some of the recent areas of policy we've acted on include education funding, protecting voter rights, and environmental health. We helped draft the K-12 education budget passed earlier this year that invests a record $17.1 billion in schools, increases per pupil funding, enables an additional 22,000 at-risk students to access high-quality preschool programs, and allocates $240 million to fund the hiring of school counselors, nurses, social workers, and psychologists. Although this fight isn't over, we're able to take a big step towards achieving equity in Detroit schools because of this new budget, and we're very proud of that. Environmental issues have also been a big priority for us this year. As Vice Chair of the Environment, Great Lakes, and Clean Energy Committee, we have a shared responsibility to protect our environment and continue to fight for clean water and air. And our community continues to get the short end of the stick when it comes to safe living conditions, whether it's pollution or a number of different issues. So with that, I'm proud to say that we've recently passed our first bill across the House in both chambers, signed by the governor, and that allocates $40 million for environmental cleanup in and around our neighborhood and taking care of our fresh water supply. We also stood in intense opposition this year to suppressive election laws by voting no on every bill from the Michigan GOP that has attempted to make it harder for people to vote. And the plan is to continue fighting for voting rights moving forward. Detroiters have already dealt with enough attempts to silence their voices, and it happened in this past presidential election, and will continue to happen unless we stand up at every level of government. On a more recent note, Sri joined Democrats in walking out of session this past Tuesday when Detroit Rep. Cynthia Johnson, who some of you may know, was denied her time to speak on the GOP's bill to ban critical race theory from being taught in our Michigan schools. The silencing of a Black representative from sharing her thoughts on a very serious issue regarding race was terribly unacceptable. So I was proud that Sri and many of his colleagues refused to stand for it. We will continue to support CRT and bring light to the injustices that particularly Black Detroiters have endured for centuries, and to ensure that the future generations have the tools and knowledge to address the problem effectively. So with that, I thank you guys for your time today, and I'm happy to take any follow-up questions. I'll drop my email in the chat, and I look forward to any future communication we can have and be of service to you.
Okay, is there any questions for Dylan? He starts what is your position, Dylan? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm currently the legislative director for our office here in Lansing. Some of you may know our constituent relations director, Jack Schroeder, who recently started with our office. So he's really the point person on community relations and services that we provide on a daily basis, whether that's UIA help or help navigating different state departments. So Jack is probably your go-to guy with constituent issues, but legislatively, I'm the point person for policy.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate that. So tell State Rep Cherie Tenadar that we, thank you for allowing you to join us this evening.
Of course, yeah. I know he apologizes for not making it, and he may actually join on the back end of this call and want to give some similar remarks. But in that case, then we can let him know that I already spoke. So.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks a lot. Any questions for Dylan? Okay, going once, twice. Okay, thank you so much, Dylan. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay. Our next, I'm getting ready to go off script for a second, because is that Chief Judge McConnell that's joining? Martin, I see you're on. How are you this evening? Is that the Chief Judge McConnell that is joining our meeting?
I'm right here.
All right, I thought that was you. How are you this evening?
Can you hear me? I'm having some audio issues. Can you hear me still?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for having us. I wanted to come and just give a quick little update what's going on at the court. And I'm Judge Bill McConicle. I'm the Chief Judge of 36th District Court, a lifelong member of obviously this precinct, still representing DeQuinder. I'm gonna give that shout out Terry at all times whenever I come to the meeting. My previous meeting actually that I just had before this was actually with our police chief and a couple of deputy chiefs dealing with an issue of discovery. And I just want to let the community know that we have a great police chief. He is very open. He's been very transparent, and we've been having some great discussions and really collaborating to make sure that there are some things that judges have that they haven't received on the traffic or the criminal docket, and he's gotten right on that. And we're working really well together. And Ms. Jackson, what I wanted to talk about in my brief update, I'm going to all of the meetings, and we're spotlighting a different division of the court each meeting. And today I wanted to talk about the Felony Division. We've made some changes to our Felony Division at 36th District Court. Traditionally, there are 4 judges that hear preliminary examinations in that division. A preliminary examination is a probable cause hearing to see whether the felony offense occurred in Detroit, and whether there's probable cause to go to Frank Murphy Hall of Justice for a trial. Because we've had a lot of cases in the past 2 years during the pandemic, and there was a slight backlog of cases, I've added a judge to the division, and so there are now 5 judges. Judge Kenneth J. King is the presiding judge of the division. He has a special docket now, and Judge King's docket only deals with some of the highest of the felonies: your homicide cases, carjacking, home invasions, your criminal sexual conduct cases, and organized auto theft cases. They are on Judge King's docket. Every other felony category, every other type of felony is with our other 4 judges: Judge Jefferson, Judge Larry Williams, Judge Kenyatta Stafford Jones, as well as Judge Roberta Archer. And they are hearing them every day. Those preliminary examinations are in person. And there's a limited capacity in those courtrooms, but those cases, the witnesses are in person, the defendants in person, and then we are conducting those. And I just want everyone to know that we're still following all our COVID protocols. We're still doing our checks. It's a mask requirement at 36th District Court. In the courtroom, there can only be 10 individuals at any time. That, and in that 10, that includes the judge, all staff members, prosecutors, lawyers, police officers. And so we rotate witnesses in and different parties, and we practice social distancing. All of the cases at 36th District Court can be viewed. They're live streamed on YouTube. So if there is a felony case where there may be a family member who's been a victim, or you have a family member or a friend who's a witness, you can't come into the courtroom to view it, but you have complete access by going on YouTube. You can go to the 36th District Court website. All of the courtrooms are listed. The Zoom information is there, as well as how to get on YouTube. But I just wanted to let everyone know the felony docket is running in person, and on our criminal, our high misdemeanor cases, which are our domestic violence cases and some of our state misdemeanors, we have also started jury trials, have resumed on those dockets. And so with that being said, at the if there's a meeting in December, no, I guess it's the holiday break. When we come back in the spring, we're gonna discuss the civil docket. I've talked about landlord-tenant previously, and then we're gonna have our presiding judge of our specialty courts, which are mental health court, veterans court, drug court, and our human trafficking docket. Judge Holmes is gonna come and speak at the next time we're invited to come in. And Mr. Martin is here on behalf of the court, as he always is, to provide information as well as note-taking. And just want to let you guys know that 36th District Court, we are fully operational. We have been fully operational. And if you get a summons, and I'm going to end with this, if you get a summons for whatever type of case it is, landlord, tenant, civil, obviously a criminal case, a traffic matter, you have to come to court. The only way you'll have a bad result is if you don't come to court, meaning log in to do your case remotely. You will be defaulted on a landlord-tenant case, which could ultimately lead to an eviction. If it's a criminal matter, it can lead to a warrant for your arrest. If it's a civil infraction, it can be defaulted. Come to court. We have lawyers there on all the dockets now, waiting to help you, waiting to walk you through the process. And the only bad results you can ensure yourself is if you do not come to court. So please come to court. And thank you very much. And I'm here for any questions that you may have. And welcome, Captain Johnson, to the 11th.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions for our Chief Judge McConaughey this evening? That's a great update. Thank you so much. Are you guys still doing Zoom anything? Or you?
We're doing Zoom everything. The only thing that's 100% in person are the felony preliminary exams. Okay. So if you just have a traffic matter, and that's going to be on Zoom. Your landlord-tenant cases are going to be via Zoom. Your civil matters are going to be via Zoom. If you're in drug court, you may be asked to come down because we have some testing requirements that you may have to undergo, but most of that's even Zoom. But your felony cases are the only things that you're going to physically come in. So when I say show up to court, I mean going to the 36th District Court website and clicking on the case that you have or the judge that you have and being on time and showing up.
Okay. Sounds great. Captain, I see your hand up.
Yes.
I see.
Yes,
I
just wanted to say I'm very excited about Judge Holmes coming to our next meeting. I actually helped launch the court in my downtown capacity, and I can just tell you from the work that we were just able to do for that first year and a half or so, we made some significant strides. So one of the great things about the mental illness as well as mental health court as well as the substance abuse court is that when one judge handles it, just like, and I'm sure that's kind of what Chief Judge was saying about the certain felonies going to certain places, you get a better understanding. And when you have that better understanding, you're able to better get the people to where they need to be, whether it's mental health, whether it's substance abuse, or whether it's the Wayne County Jail. And I think that that's going to be great. And one of those, and I've already identified a couple of people who we will most likely be able to, I'm going to rebuild my relationship with that court as my position here in the 11th Precinct, so that some of the people that we see in some of our gas stations, stores, so we can get them the help that they need. So I think that's going to be great news, and that's going to be great for our community here.
And Captain Johnson, I'm going to let Judge Holmes give that all the information, her accolades. But our court right now, our specialty court, we are being asked to be a mentor court. And they're only having 10 mentor courts throughout the United States to help set up mental health courts and specialty courts in other states. So we're doing a phenomenal job. Mr. Martin, I know, is going to put his information in the chat. Please give us your information, Captain Johnson, so I can get you in touch with Judge Holmes. We don't have to wait for the meeting. and link us together, because we have the resources down there. And what you want to do is, people who need mental health services, we don't want to give them their mental health services by incarcerating them. We want to incarcerate those who need to be incarcerated. We want to get help to those who need to get help. So I thank you very much for that, and we're going to definitely take you up on that.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Do we have any other questions for Chief Judge McConaughey?
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Jackson. Mr. Martin is going to stay, and if there's anything else, he'll be able to help with that. I have to actually, we gotta. You see, I'm in a hoodie right now, and I got my Kappa stuff on. I actually have a frat meeting to go to, so I'm gonna get out of here. And Mr. Martin is here to assist, and Judge King is calling me right now, so I'm gonna let him know I just did his report. So you guys take care. And we'll see you at the next meeting.
So have a great Thanksgiving, you and your family.
Right, you too. All right,
okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we see that State Rep Cherie Tanadar has joined us. Good evening, and how are you today? Take your.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you great. Thank you.
Madam President, good to see you, and good evening to everybody.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I know my assistant, my staff gave an update, but I just wanted to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I want wish everybody a safe holiday season and enjoy. A year ago, things were pretty bleak and we couldn't go out, meet people. Things have changed thanks to the vaccine and thanks to all the advances science have made. But I just want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, and the same to you and your family as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate you joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so our next two guest speakers we have Al Jordan from GFL, and then I'm not going to pronounce your first name because I think Mr. Patel, I might screw it up. So I'm going to give you your last name and I'll have you pronounce your first name, but you're with DPW and you're the superintendent, correct? Take yourself off mute. You're on mute. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Deval Patel here. I like Deval more than Mr. Patel. That's my dad.
Okay. Okay, so I'm the same way with Miss Jackson. I'm like, oh my God, that's my mom.
I know. Assistant Superintendent with DPW Solid Waste. We handle obviously the snow removal in third council district. Garbage collection, which GFL handles. We manage that for on the behalf of the city. Street sweeping, snow removal, illegal dumping, and quite a few other things that we handle specifically. But DPW as a whole is pretty much anything from sidewalk to sidewalk. So whether it's potholes or anything of that capacity, I can always take the information and funnel it to where it needs to go.
Okay, that is great. And then we have, and I have a question for you. I'm glad you said that because I have a good question for you.
Not a problem.
Got one for you. But then we'll go Alfred or Al. Would you like to give us an update on your GFL and what we should, shouldn't, and how we should pack up, not pack up, what's too big, too large?
Al Jordan again. I'm the municipal affairs liaison for Detroit and GFL. We provide solid waste services, weekly containerized trash service, bi-weekly bulky service. Bulky service equates to per household up to 2 cubic yards of debris that's outside the container, and basically put out in a fashion that if you were the person picking it up, you would, want it to be put out in that way. 2 cubic yards is roughly the size of 2 medium-sized refrigerators. Now, in addition, with the department that is DPW's wisdom, they did provide a provision for the vacant lots and the vacant parcels, I should say, in the district, and you're allowed up to 5 cubic yards of debris in front of those vacant parcels. And again, and we don't want to. We're not talking about illegal dumping. We're talking about properly set out debris. If it is identified as illegal dumping or outside of what is acceptable, then it'll be recorded and defined as illegal dumping and forwarded to DPW and to code enforcement. We provide for a bi-weekly yard waste collection during the yard waste season. And I believe the yard waste season this year will run all the way up till December 24th or Christmas Eve, which is on Friday this year. So that'll give every household in our service area two yard waste collections in the month of December. Now, we will, after Christmas, we will also collect, the live Christmas trees, and that also is on will be on a bi-weekly basis. That's up to 2 weeks after the Christmas period. And I don't want to. You got to put a deadline on it, but if it's put out after 2 weeks, then of course we'll pick it up.
So a couple of things I put in the chat. I'm sorry, Al. I put the current flyer that DPW has, which basically outlines everything Al just said. It's more in a picture form. And then there's also the second link is for the web app to find out what day your service is or your next bulk day would be, etc. And you can sign up for text alerts through that particular website as well.
Awesome.
With that, I would encourage if as opposed to just placing the debris out and having a question about the debris, but placing it out, I would encourage everyone to inquire prior to placing out. If there's a question as to what can be set out or when it should be set out, then again, one, you have the text message program that's offered by DPW, but also you can call either DPW, and that's at the 313, correct me if I'm wrong, Duval.
I already put the number in the chat, but it's 876-0004.
And the GFL customer service line is 844-464-3587. So I would encourage you, if there's a question about what can be set out, how it should be set out, call before you set it out. Outside of that, I would for GFL, if there is an issue and or if there is a service issue, a miscollection, trash cart or recycling cart request, then you can generate an online service request by going to Q Alerts. That's little Q Alerts.gflusa.com.
Can you make sure in the chat for us too, please? Is it in there for us?
I'm sorry?
Is the email, the online request that you just gave out, the email address, is that in the chat for everyone to grab?
I'm not sure if it is.
I'm looking for it. Give me a second here, Al.
Okay, just in case somebody didn't get it while you were giving out the email. So I just want to make sure that everybody was aware.
Okay, I'm putting it in now. There you go. It's in
Awesome,
the chat.
awesome.
And, with that, I would defer back to the chair. And if there are any questions, I'll be glad to entertain them.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna start out with mine. I'm cut to the chase. So here, I have two of them. And I just want to know, one, did I follow protocol? And two, I just need some guidance here. So what happened? My first incident happened September 28th. That was our day for bulk, trash, waste, everything. They did not pick up the brown bags that day. The next day I called and I said, hey, you guys missed us, the brown bags, etc. Okay, we're gonna get somebody out there to get them. Well, our biggest concern is as citizens, of course, when the rain hits those bags, they become useless. So when they go pick up the bags, of course, they leave all the trash in front of the houses. So now we got a double mess that we have to go and pick up. So my concern was, hey, we got rain by the weekend. Can you guys make sure you pick up our brown bags? I called for 2 weeks straight and not one person came out, not one person responded until, of course, it was 2 weeks later and it was time for trash pickup again. So then my concern becomes, and like I say, now I know about this online alert, but why did I have to call for 2 weeks and I never got any service? So are the customer service reps, are they just told to just say, okay, take the complaint and we'll get to it when we get to it? Why did it take 2 weeks and never got a response? It just happened to be the next time trash was picked up. So then that led me to believe now I had to go out there and clean up everything because of course the bags broke.
Well, frankly, that shouldn't have happened. And, let me just say that even with the online system, the service request system, calling and or generating a service request online, they generate the same service request. I don't have an explanation why it shouldn't have happened in that fashion. And when you made your initial call, your debris should have been picked up within 3 days. Should have been picked up on the service day, on the scheduled day. Right. We're not perfect.
And I'm okay with that. I do get that because the guy and trust me, the customer service rep, everybody was very nice. No one was out of order in any kind of way. And the one gentleman said, we do have trucks, they break down. I get that. And I'm okay with that. But don't make us suffer, into 2 weeks. And now we got a bigger mess than what we have. We already have people that's not cleaning up. Now we give them a more reason not to clean up because now their bags are broke. They got an attitude. They thinking, why should I have to clean it up? Well, yeah, you should have to clean it up, but now they're not going to clean it up and they're going to make the problem even worse. So we try to prevent these things from happening. Incidents happen and I'm aware and I get it, but to go for 2 weeks, I thought was so unacceptable to do that. And not even to get a call back because the one guy said, well, I'll just have the supervisor call you. Well, I'm okay with that as well. But 2 weeks, I just thought that was unfair. Unfair for not just me, but for anyone.
And I get it. I agree, because I would be upset as well. Okay. This is not an excuse, but we service roughly, and this is what the contract calls for us to do. I mean, this is what we do. But we service roughly 36,000 customers a day when you compound all of the services. When you talk about 18,000 households for trash, 9,000 households for yard waste, 9,000 for bulk, roughly 45,000 households. I don't have an explanation. It shouldn't have happened, Ms. Jackson. Now you have a and you shouldn't have to make a second call, frankly. But you've got the DPW number, you've got Terry Catchings out of Councilman Benson's office, and as well, I'll share my number as well, so that when you have those, hopefully that's an isolated incident, we can get it corrected and serviced. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to make an excuse for them because I don't have one. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
All I can tell you is that that's
I
not
need
how
you
the
guys to
system
be
is designed, and it shouldn't happen in that fashion.
Okay. And then my next question I had, and maybe I don't have it right, so if I don't, I'll take the hit on that one. But for bulk, you know how I had like a one of those wet dry vac boxes, and I had some other boxes out there, nothing massive, just a couple of vacuum boxes, the wet dry vac. It was computer boxes, so it was quite a few boxes out there. I say no more than maybe 5. When the sanitation worker came, she was going to bypass my boxes. The only reason why she picked them up is because I was standing in the door. So when I came to the door and I said, you were hesitant, you didn't seem like you wanted to pick up the boxes. She said, no, I wasn't, because this is not considered bulk. So if I don't have room in my trash can, or I can't recycle those boxes, what should I do with them?
That is, if it doesn't fit inside your trash cart.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I consider them as bulk. I didn't break them down. I left them the way they were. They weren't massive. They weren't all over the map and, all outside of the box. No, they were nice, stacked up. I think I had 3 on one and 2 sitting right next to the other one. But she told me that is not considered bulk, and she was not going to pick them up.
It is, I don't want to refer to it as isolated. It's one of about 60 employees. That is bulk, and it should have been picked up without you having any interaction with her whatsoever.
I thought I was in the limits because I thought I try to follow protocol, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, not by far, but I try to do what you guys are asking us to do as far as making sure things are where they need to be, how they're supposed to be placed, how they're supposed to be bundled. That is what I'm trying to do. And when you tell me that that's not bulk, well, now I have all these boxes that now I'm taking to the center myself and just throwing them out because I don't want to deal with that. I don't want you to tell me what's not bulk and what's bulk, and then you leave it out there, and then of course I have a mess in front of my house. So I shouldn't have to do that, but I've been carrying the boxes and disposing them myself now.
If it doesn't fit, ideally, if it's something that you can break down, and if it's something that you can put inside the container, by all means, put it inside the container. If it's too large, anything that's too large for the container is considered bulk.
Okay. I mean, I thought so, but I said maybe I fell off the wagon, and I was okay with that because, like I said, I don't know everything, and I'm not going to try to know everything. But I thought that's what was supposed to be considered. But when I was told that is not considered bulk, and she wasn't going to pick it up because they came with the claws, and I guess the claws are for like big stuff, like maybe couches or chairs or things like that. I don't know, but it wasn't anybody that could just take the boxes and throw them in somewhere. So I don't know if she didn't want to use the claws to do it, but I just felt that it was too much conversation that I'm having with your sanitation workers on what's bulk and what's not bulk.
It should have been picked up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing else I can say. I can't defend it. It should have been picked up. And when you have those instances, then you should record the truck number and call and report them. I mean, it should have been picked up.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do, and maybe it wasn't really considered bulk and I should have broke it down more. I don't know, but I just wanted to make sure that I was in my limit and did what I was supposed to do.
hopefully the, DPW, who has done a really good job communicating. I want to, commend Director Brundage and Superintendent Collins. They've done, along with Assistant Superintendent Deval Patel, they've done a fantastic job. And if you received your mailer with the information that Deval referred to earlier, then it describes exactly to the T what is allowable and what isn't. And when those guidelines are followed, then we have to be held accountable. The only way we can't be held accountable if it's not put out according to the guidelines.
Right.
Now it sounds to me like you did that. So you just have to, you have to give us feedback. If you have to report it, DPW is the contract administrator. So if you've got an issue and you're not satisfied, in terms of what a driver tells you or what customer services tell you, and or even what I tell you, notify DPW. They are our contract administrator. They have the contract oversight. And we engage, we interact all day, every day, and in real time, all day, every day. So if there's an issue, by all means, let them know. If there's something that you're not satisfied with, let them know. They'll get with us.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I'm doing what I need to do to at least make you all's life easier, because I know I can imagine that's no joke on what you deal with every day. So I just wanted to make sure that I'm in my guidelines. So thank you for that information. Are there any other questions out there? Either raise your hand or make a motion so that we can see that, that you have a question. No other questions, no other concerns for Mr. Duval or Mr. Al? Is that? Oh, she's not raising her hand. Okay. Is she? Okay, take her. You have a question, Commissioner? Is she off mute? Okay, take yourself off of mute, Commissioner.
I did.
Okay, there you go. We can hear you. Did you
All right. Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Yes.
I wanted to commend Mr. Jordan and DPW, Mr. Brundridge, because as a leader in the 3rd District, I have to have conversations with the two at all times to address the concerns like you had, Ms. Jackson. So I have found these two that when people put out bulk, or perhaps they put it the wrong way, it's not packaged, I call either one of these gentlemen and they go and check it out. This is what I like about both of them, that they go investigate themselves, because some people do not know, just like you're saying, Ms. Jackson, to bag up the bags. They put them out there in the wrong containers, but then sometimes people put them out on the wrong day. So then we call as residents to complain of all of this debris blowing around, is everywhere, but Mr. Jordan will see to it getting picked up. So I can only commend what they do. You're going to have complaints everywhere, but I just want them to know I appreciate it as a leader in dealing with many citizens in the 3rd. And I want to thank Mr. Brundage. I know he's not on here, but the people that put down the speed cushion off of Conant leading into McKay, they finally got their speed cushions. And then this is what I'm saying about the city, that we know things go slow, but we know that the speed bumps is a Band-Aid. That's not going to fix the problem. And so I just want us all to continue working together to improve 3rd District. And so are you going to give me an opportunity to speak on the things going on in the 3rd District later, Ms. Jackson?
I will.
Later, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Jordan or Mr. Patel? All right, going once, going twice. Gentlemen, you have been the best. I thank you so much. I guess I'm the only one that was complaining, but thank you. At least I got my questions answered and I know how to move forward, and hopefully it never happens again. I'm sorry, I see a hand up. I think it's Pat Holmes.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you this evening?
Okay, I have someone on the line. They stated that they called in, but they have an issue of trying to connect so they can ask their question. Go ahead, Benzetta.
Okay, I have a complaint about the GFL picking up the garbage.
She stated her name is give your name. Her name is Benzetta Cleveland, and she's from the Finland County Keystone Block Club, and she has a complaint about GFL picking up garbage and picking up the garbage and leaving an oil stain.
Mr. Patel, I see you have your hand up. Can you unmute yourself? Okay.
Yeah, so
hold on.
I can help out with the stains there. If you would reach out to our office, we can look into it and see what steps we need to do to have it cleaned up.
Okay.
The number again is.
Go ahead, sir.
The phone number is 313-876-0004.
Is there any particular person that she needs to contact, you or someone?
Myself is fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Okay. Have a great one.
Thank you, Pat. Who has? Tell her to put her hand down. Okay, take your hand down, Pat, so we don't think you still have a question. Okay, is there anybody else with any other questions? Going once? Going twice? Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being on this call this evening to give us an insight on what's going on. Mr. Patel, I will reach out to you. And also, you know, Mr. Jordan, I hope I don't never have to reach out to you and we just have everything going hunky-dory. But I do have a question for you, Mr. Patel, and I guess I could ask it now. The apron of a driveway, that is considered part of the city, am I correct?
So anything from the sidewalk to the sidewalk on the other side of the street is considered public right-of-way.
Okay.
So it does fall in the public right-of-way, yes, but the maintenance and upkeep of the driveway and the adjacent sidewalk, basically the sidewalk in front of your house, falls back to the property owner. The same goes for snow removal, etc.
Right, so yeah, well, right, of course, we take care of the snow on the sidewalks, and you know, if we want to go down all the way down the driveway, out in the street or whatever, we can take care of all of that ourselves. I have that correct?
Correct.
Okay, because my concern was, I have a tree that's on the city side. The tree has been cut many years ago. But in the meantime, those roots have like buckled my driveway at the apron. So
you want to reach out to city engineering. The phone number there is 313-224-3950.
Okay. All right, I thank you so much, sir. You answered my question.
Not a problem.
It's simple. Okay, any other questions? Again, going once, going twice. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Happy holidays to you all if I don't talk to you again. And you guys are more than welcome to join us at any time with any updates or anything you would like to provide us. Please feel free to reach out and I will make sure that you get on the agenda.
Thanks for having me. I just like to, I mean, it's an honor to be here, but it's an even greater honor to be on a panel with legends like Police Commissioner in District 3, Ms. Birch, as well as Pat Bosch, and hearing those names for the last, 30 years. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and thank you for being with us this evening.
Thank you for having us. Take care.
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go into our oh, who is it? Oh, she just joined? Okay. Who was it? I don't want to blast her so she get on. She's on. Go ahead. I see Kiana Sessoms is on. Good evening. How are you? Is she off mute? She has to unmute herself. Okay, can you unmute your? There you go.
I'm unmuted. Good evening. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. My mother is in town, so I've been able to spend dinner with her, which does not happen often throughout the year.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you.
I am very happy she has come to visit me, so I'm just in gratitude. So thank you, and I apologize for my tardiness. But
that's okay. Mom's in town, so you have the right to do that.
I know. I haven't seen her all year, so it's a blessing. It's almost been 2 years, so very excited to see her. Do you want me to go ahead with my updates now? Is that
sure? Yeah, that would be great.
Sure. So just want to let everyone know that the DCS is hosting a town hall. Mom, please. DCS is hosting a town hall community meeting November 9th. Tuesday, November 9th was today. Wednesday, November 10th, which is tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, November 13th from 10 to 12 p.m. This particular town hall is going to collect residents' voice as it relates to lower energy bills, improving air quality, protecting against flood and power outages, improving access to reliable transportation, and creating job opportunity. It's a virtual town hall on Zoom, and the information is posted on DetroitMI.gov. However, I can send it out to you, Kim, just so that you have it and you can share it with everyone who is present on the call today.
That sounds great. I can do that.
Yeah, so we just want to encourage, whenever we host these town halls and collecting information, it's so important that residents' voice is reflected in the information and data that's being collected. So wanted to share that out as well. I have a couple additional updates as it relates to, let's see, just some additional COVID information. As everyone is aware, they have started vaccinations for children ages, I don't want to give you any incorrect information, so bear with me just a moment. When it comes to ages of children, I believe starting at 5. And so you can call to schedule your appointment for your COVID vaccination for your child, as well as your booster shot. And let me pull that information up so I can give that to you accurately. 1 second.
Okay.
Here we are. Wasn't ready. Okay, so you appointments are for ages 5 to 11 by appointment only at Northwest Activity Center through the Detroit Health Department. You can call to schedule your appointment 313-230-0505 to schedule your appointment for the Pfizer COVID vaccine. So that's the one that is approved currently for children ages 5 to 11, but it is by appointment only. And it's on Monday through Friday, 4 to 8 p.m. They're able to get the vaccination done at the Northwest Activity Center, as well as the Detroit Health Department clinic off of Mack Avenue. Those are the current locations that are providing that specific vaccine for children. I also want to share eviction prevention, rent, and utility payment help is available. You have 2 ways to apply. You can apply online at www.detroit.gov DetroitEvictionHelp.com, or you can call 866-313-2520. I'll repeat that. The number is 866-313-2520, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. between 6 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. Renters are able to apply for assistance, and there's eligibility based on income and COVID-19 financial hardship. Lastly, if you are eligible for the child tax credit, you can, if you're a parent or guardian of a caregiver with a dependent child up to age 17, you're able to file for the child tax credit. And so you can go ahead and go, the deadline is November 15th, so it is fastly approaching. And we want to ensure that families are signing up to receive that tax credit. I think it's up to $250 per child. And so if you have not applied yet, and you would like to, you can go online to getthethaxfacts.org. And I will also put all of this information in the chat, as well as send it over to you, Ken, so you can share it out with everyone that is on.
Awesome, that sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Are there any questions for me while I'm here?
Do we have any questions for Kiana Sessoms? Going once? Going twice? Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Kiana. We really appreciate it. Thank you for all you do.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, next on the list, let me see. I see Keith Williams. Is that Keith Williams? Is that him? That's not Alvin. That's Keith there, isn't it? Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. There
This
you
is
go.
Keith Williams. I'm an Alvin lookalike.
I know, because she said that's Alvin. I said, that's not Alvin up there.
Well, the sheriff wants to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And our program, our scout program, is going to continue through the winter months. It's going to probably be done on the weekends because of the daylight savings time and all that other stuff. And we just left the precinct 9, and it was successful. And so we're going to continue the program all year in and year out.
All right, sounds great.
You know what we did for 11, the quality of life issues and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds good.
So you have another agency tackling those issues that you guys are, that those nuisance kind of stuff that's in your community. We're gonna handle it for you.
All right, that sounds great because we have enough of them.
Okay, so for me, be safe, please. If you got a problem, call me at 313-657-8962.
All right, we got any questions for Mr. Williams? All right, going once, going twice. We are going to hit Mr. Merlin Martin. I know Chief Judge McConaughey was on the call, but I didn't know if there was anything you would like to add. Oh, he might have stepped away. He looked like he stepped away. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Let's see. We also have Terry. Is there any updates you would like to provide us? How are you this evening?
Make sure, okay. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you good. Thank you.
Yes. Good evening to everyone. And first, Councilman Benson, he would like to give he wasn't able to attend the meeting today, but he would like to give everybody his thanks. He said, thank you on his re-election last week. We appreciate you all, and he will be on the meeting next month. Next, I think Kayana, she covered basically everything on the city side. And I also would like to add, starting next year, 2022, we're gonna do a few more surveys. We think those surveys are real important, where we can get those to the neighborhoods where people can express as far as city government, what would they like to see change, what would like to see happen. And so I would like to work with you, President Kim, on these surveys so we can get feedback from everyone in the 3rd district, because everyone's voice, everyone has an opinion, and we want to hear what they really want. What are the changes they like to see in city government? What do they want?
Okay.
And we know we're not able to, we're not magicians, but we at least want to know what the concerns are, not just complaints, but solutions. We would like to hear solutions.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so that's all I have.
All right, so whenever you're ready to reach out to me, just reach out. You know how to get a hold to me, and let's make it happen.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Mr. Martin, I see you jump back on. I know Chief Judge McConaughey was on, but I didn't know if there was anything you wanted to add or any other updates you wanted us to know about.
Well, I appreciate you so much. I'm sorry I had to step away for a second, but the chief covered everything that's going on at the court. And piggybacking off Ms. Sessoms, the information she gave you about the eviction is still in play, and funds are still available for those who need it. She gave out the information. I'll put it in chat as well to make sure everybody gets it. People have been responding, and they have been getting help, including landlords. They've been getting needed help that they have, submitted, and have been getting responses from it. Once again, it's been a pleasure to be here with you. We'll be here at every single meeting. I have Judge Perkins on the line as well tonight, and he'll be coming with us as well. Like the judge said, like Chief Judge said, we're gonna take different divisions of the court and explain what we do and how that affects us in the community. Any questions or anything that you all have for me, I will take it back to the court, and I will bring it back to the following meeting if I can't answer it directly. But thank you again for always having us and always being so gracious and let us come on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you, Judge Perkins, for being on as well. I saw when you popped on, so thank you so much. Good evening. Hi, Judge.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here with us. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys had me. I was here last month, and I just like to reiterate that and I'm sure the chief has let you know that we're trying to bring the court to the community, and we're trying to make sure that everybody gets heard. It's fair, it's reasonable, and it's accessible. That's important to everybody. And for me, myself, in courtroom 434, I'm in the traffic division. So I encourage any of your residents in the 3rd district or any of your friends, family, relatives, or even people that you know that got a ticket that don't live in the city with their last name of GL and O that have a traffic matter. I encourage them to zoom into my courtroom at any time so that we can pull their file. They don't have to wait. They don't have to pay a bond. What our main goal is try to get as many people a driver's license as we possibly can. So my staff is taking it upon themselves to just do the extra work and pull the files, and we'll try to make sure we hear that person's case, get them an offer or get them another date, remove the warrants from their names or what have you, if they zoom in. So I'll put my information in the chat, and I can't stress it more. We encourage you to zoom on in if your last name ends in GL or O.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Good information. We share with our community.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Mr. Martin, for always every single meeting you bring us such great information, and anytime Judge Chief McConaughey can come, it's always awesome as well. So thank you, all three of you all very much. I also see Commissioner Kinlock. How are you this evening?
Doing well. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So as you may know, that the city and the county's new fiscal year began, well, the city's fiscal year, I'm sorry, began July 1, and the county fiscal year began October 1, in which we began the fiscal year with the appropriations of the budget that was approved by the County Commission of $1.6 billion. As you can imagine, most of the dollars that come into the county is pretty much restricted funds. That means that money that is mandated and required to be spent a certain way. And so we have very few discretionary dollars that we have as relates to being able to address a lot of the urgent needs within the county. But luckily, we saw Congress a few months ago, and the President Joe Biden signed the American Recovery Plan dollars. And on November the 16th at 10 a.m. from 10 to 2, the Wayne County Commission will be having a committee of the whole meeting, where we will actually receive the recommendation from the county executive as it relates to how the monies that we as Wayne County, which is around $330 million, how we're going to spend this money. And as you know, and you've heard from the city and elsewhere, where we have 4 years to actually utilize this money. So the county executive is bringing that as a presentation, or the administration, the CFO, in regards to where they believe that we should spend it. We had a few meetings, just committee of whole meetings, where we had general conversation and gave our thoughts as a commission to the county executive. One thing that is important to me is to make sure that this money is used in a way that it will impact the most needs of the residents, because this here is the most money that we will probably see coming into this community from the federal government in the rest of our lifetimes, because we've seen the total disinvestment over the years that has occurred in the city of Detroit, and that has which has led to the perpetuation of poverty in many of our communities. So on the 16th of November, the county executive or the executive branch will be bringing to the commission their thoughts, and based on conversations that we've been having with them as the legislative body, they'll be bringing it to us for us to begin to it'll be the first instance that they bring it to us, and then that we will then go through our processes of actually approving or making any changes based upon conversations and thoughts from the commission. So it's a lot of work for us, to be focused on in trying to make sure that we better the quality of life for our residents. So I'm excited to receive this report. I've had some conversations and got some feedback as relates to what we can expect. And I'm here to tell you, it's a lot of what I've heard is good information, and it's good information because it's going to benefit the people, and so if you have any questions for me after the meeting, between meetings, you can reach me at my office at 313-224-0916. And Sherry Johnson, who was part of the late Commissioner Joe Ware's staff, she has stayed on with my office, and she's always available. So listen, feel free to reach out to me by telephone, or you can email me. I put my information also in the chat. And thank you all for inviting me, and I look forward to continuing to work with you all.
for that information. And I know, of course, you cover everything as usual, but Sherry, you cover everything so well. So I appreciate you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
And Sherry, I just wanted to say hi, good evening. And is there anything you want to, hey there, is there any, anything that he may have missed, which I doubt missed, but for giggles, I'll put it out there.
I think he covered everything. Just continue to stay safe and wear your mask. I don't care if you're vaccinated, just put safety first.
Yes, absolutely.
Happy holidays. That's it for me.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And thank you, Commissioner. I always appreciate you as always.
Thank you.
Mr. Lionel Williams with DPSCD. I got it right this time.
Yes, you did. You got it right. Good evening, Ms. Jackson. Greeting to the 11th Precinct community. I bring greetings from Detroit Public Schools Community District and Dr. Vitti, our superintendent. As Kiana Sessom says, our main thing that we are rolling out right now is the approval of the vaccine for ages 5 to 11. This is a big way for us to get back to some normalcy in the school district. So we have vaccine parties coming up this Saturday. So we will be vaccinating at King High School, 3200 East Lafayette, and at Randolph Career Tech Center, which is on 11701 Hubble Street. So we'll be vaccinating ages 5 to 11 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once again, that's Saturday at King High School and Randolph Career Tech. And we are rolling out our first report card day, which is November 15th. So all the students should be coming home with their report cards, willing to show their parents and their guardians. And we have our fall examination school window is open right now. And we have 6 examination schools: Cass, CMA, Renaissance, King, Southeastern, and the School of Marygrove. And we are still hiring within the district. We have some job fairs that are coming up. I am going to put the website in the chat along with my number. We're hiring for support staff, security guard, and we're hiring for several jobs within the parent network. So if you have parents that want to become reading tutors, we can train them how to become reading tutors, and they'll actually get some quality pay to be able to tutor kids in the classroom one-on-one. So I encourage you to check out our website. You know, somebody is looking for a job. It's a great time to join Detroit Public Schools Community District. And thank you for having me, Ms. Jackson.
Absolutely. Thank you for always attending and being there and giving us great updates on our public school system. So thank you so much for that. Commissioner Birch, any updates you would like to provide for us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Thank you so much for the invitation to speak. I wanted to first say welcome to Captain Johnson. When he first came to the precinct, I gave him an errand and he took care of it right away. And so I'm going to tell you what the errand is, because that's what we are about in District 3, that we have a slogan that we call love and respect where you live. These signs are all over the city of Detroit and really in 3rd District with the support of Chief James White, Mayor Duggins, Kiana Sessions, all the people, and the Belmont Shopping Center are our partners. Imperial Market is one of our partners, and Spectrum Neon. So when you start out with love, everything that I'm going to share with everybody, you may call me, and I'm glad that Sonora Luckett of the DeQuinda Block Club is on the line. So Ms. Jackson, the gentleman that came on behalf of Judge McConaughey, I had tried to reach Judge McConaughey, I think like 2-3 months ago, whenever he was on, his assistant, and he comes from DeQuinda. We just want to speak with him how he can help us to get to the other end of the DeQuinder near Nevada to bring it up to State Fair all the way up to 8 Mile. So whoever that is, would you, Ms. Jackson, get that number and give it to Ms. Sonora Luckett so we can speak with him? Could you do that, ma'am? Are you on? She's not there.
Mr. Martin is on the line. Hi, Mr. Martin.
Mr. Martin?
Merlin Martin is on the line.
Okay, Mr. Martin, can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
I was trying to unmute myself. How
Oh,
are you, ma'am?
okay. I'm good, sir. I know how it is with that mute and unmute. I
Yes,
wanted
ma'am.
to, sir, would you be so kind to give your number out to our member, Sonora Luckett? Would you say your number out so we can speak to you offline tomorrow? And we want the Judge McConaughey to assist us with where he grew up on DeQuinder. So could you give your number out now?
Yeah, I have it in the chat, but it's 313-965-8738.
I hope Sonora got it, but it's in the chat, she'll get it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, sir. And I'll go back to the rest of what we're doing. I also want to congratulate all of the veterans because this week is Veterans Month, that all those that are in armed services saving our life, we want to give honor and thanks to all of them. And then the other things that we want to say is that, is everybody aware of the ceremony called Above and Beyond? That's our police department and our fire department, where we honor them on that day, which is this Thursday. If you did not know about that, you can contact me. I have the flyer of the email, how you can sign up. But the two partners that we have, Belmont Shopping Center, Imperial Market, are sponsoring 4 people. So that's a way of giving back to the police to say thank you. And the other thing, I have to write it down, Ms. Jackson, I've got such a list. We're doing very well, or have done well, with the fire hydrant project that was with Dr. Grenade Dudley, and the children that responded to volunteering. And that's what we're about. We're also with Pershing High School. But the volunteers that did the fire hydrants are going to receive a real treat. I cannot put that out because all of you all would try to do the same thing and you can't get my favor. So that's called favor, when these children are going to receive something out of sight. And then also with the 8 Mile Boulevard, I know you all mentioned Warren Evans. We're sorry he has not been visible, but the 8 Mile Boulevard Association had a luncheon at the TCF Arena. And we also attended that, where we're coming together with the counties, as the commissioner was saying. I've been trying to reach the commissioner too about us coming together. So whether or not we reach you, we're going further next year with the 8 Mile, where we can get a stronger hold of the 8 Mile corridor. That's that split between the suburbs. If we bring everybody together, crime will cease. But when you put yourself in a shell by yourself, you can't grow. So we're happy that all of these people are coming together. That's Jordan Twardy and other people you do not know, but you'll hear about them next year. I want to commend Ms. Sessions for taking all of my calls, for her ability to work just what I asked her to do. And one thing I'll ask you, Ken, I know you're listening, would you please check on the street signage to give us a date when it will be? That's all I need to say to you, baby, the street signage, because we have the speed bump. We got that, okay? So everybody listening, I'd like to be very sure that we work together with saying those words is love and respect. That is for the police, that is for citizens, that is for businesses. Anybody that's a human being needs to be loved. And one more thing. I talked about the captain. Oh yeah, thank you, Holy Spirit. We have an abundance of turkeys that we're going to donate to leaders. So you'll be hearing from us so you can donate to people in your area. That will be coming up soon, Pat and Kiana. Any questions of me, please ask a question. or support.
Any questions for Commissioner Birch? Going once? Oh, Kiana?
I just wanted to let you know, I hear you, Commissioner Birch, and I will have a follow-up for you this week, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jackson.
You are welcome. Thank you. Did I miss anyone? If I missed you, please either make a motion so that your screen will turn green or raise your hand. I want to make sure I got everybody. I think I did, but if I did not, please let me know. Mr. Stokes, I did not get you. Any updates from citywide? Good evening. Go back one. Yep, there you go. Right there. Yep. Good evening.
Good evening, Madam Chair. How are you today?
I'm well, and yourself?
Great. I pray that your commander is doing well. I want to give a shout out to Commander Hope, who's filling in. She's online. Yeah. And Captain Johnson. It hasn't been many years since you left number 10, sir. But welcome to number 11. Now, Madam Chair, you might want to look at that email for Ebenezer. I think it's the 12th, which would be Friday. I can send you the email that I got.
And you know what? Mine says the 13th on it. That is, wait a minute. I'm glad you said that. I'm ready to pull it up. Hold that thought.
Mine says the 12th.
Really? Okay, I got it from, because you did say that. It's from 9 to 12.
Well, while you're looking that up, the other thing I want to stress is green lights. I know Commissioner Birch mentioned getting the 8 Mile corridor back on track. Green lights would be a great thing to do when it comes to solving crime within the city of Detroit, not just in the 3rd district. There's many, I don't know where number 11 stands with green lights, but green lights would help a great deal when it comes to solving crimes. But Madam Chair, I want to thank you for everything that you do for number 11. Continue to keep up the good work. And I want everyone to send a prayer out to Commander Arnold Williams, who lost his mother. Continue to lift him up in prayer as we do all the other DPD. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Oh, thank you. And you know what? Yes, you are so correct. It is on the 12th and something is on the 13th, but I don't know what it is. And I know I saw it. So thank you, because I did get it all twisted.
I didn't want y'all going up there on the 13th looking for
we all be looking real dizzy going up there on the 13th. So yes, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Everyone have a great Thanksgiving, and I hope look forward to seeing you next month. Stay safe. Continue to bless the men and women in blue. Thank you for your service.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yeah, thank you. Commissioner Birch. No, you just have it. Right up there at the top. Go one, no, over. Yep, there you go. No, okay, there she go. No. Okay, did you unmute yourself, Commissioner?
Can you hear me?
Yep, can hear you now.
Officer Malone lost her brother. She came from the 11th Precinct. So we offer sympathies to her and her family.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, any other, did I miss anyone else? Let me go over there. Did I miss anyone else first? I think I covered everybody. I think I grabbed you. All right, so it is, I can't believe it, it's like 7:34. You guys almost have a half hour you can get away from me. I'm like, we did this in under our 2 hours and I'm so happy we made it through. But before we close out, Alvin, do you mind closing us out in prayer this evening?
I can do just that, Madam President.
Okay, so hold that thought for 1 second. Does anybody have any questions or concerns before we close out in prayer? Going once? Going twice? Okay, Mr. Stokes, close us out in prayer.
Thank you very much. Let us pray. Gracious Lord, we come once again. Thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this meeting, Lord. We ask that you continue to bless the men and women in blue, continue to cover them, protect them from all hurt, harm, and danger. Now we send a special blessing out to Commander Williams and the officer that lost their brother. We ask that you continue to hold them, Lord. You promised in your word that you will never leave us nor forsake us. We ask that you allow your Holy Spirit to rain down on them families and give them peace. Now we ask that you remove us from this meeting, Lord, but never from your presence until we're able to gather again. These and all the blessings we ask in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. So to everyone on the call, and I think we have some people on Facebook, I want to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. If I don't talk to you or see you in the month of December, have a great, safe holiday season. Be mindful when you're out there, but enjoy the holiday. You know, we can at least get with your family if everybody's vaccinated and good. Just enjoy the holiday. Be kind, love one another, and I will see you all next month. And thank you to each and every one that has joined tonight. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, and have a good night.
Great meeting, Madam Chair.
Thank you. We can't print that.